played against Freo.
Hodge gone deep into the goal square too, boys. To the right of screen, the Hawks winning the toss. In the middle we go, and a good start. Griffin, Bailey was in there as well, but the Hawks get the first movement to their forward end of the ground. Pavlich to Mundy. Got to play well today. Does Mundy. They have indeed. Good-looking space. De Boer put his body in the right place. Schoenmakers was able to knock it down. Ballantyne always dangerous in this part of the ground. No question about that. The ball long and deep to Main. Punched away once again by Murphy. Lewis got a fierce handball. And now Murphy to just tidy things up for the Hawks. Birchall. Sewell combining with the former skipper, Mitchell.
Nothing out here, though.
Wobbly old kick, wasn't it? Pretty good in the end. Effective, disguised it beautifully, did Sam Mitchell.
It was a good wall set up from Freo as well. Led by Jonathan Griffin there, who's in the absence of Sandlands. Great opportunity for Griffin now to really set himself up.
Here he is here doing the ruck work in front. Roughhead got the tap over the top. Hill needs to find some space today, and he
good kick.
Probably will. It was, wasn't it? Lyle, his first touch in footy. Osborne did the evasive footwork and then fell over his own feet, if you like. In goes Fyfe. No win there. Shields been very effective for the Hawks, Spud.
No, he certainly has, BT. And Max Bailey's gone down the race. I know David King will be all over that in a minute.
Okay, here's Mundy. Handball out wide. Griffin under some pressure here at the moment. Can they get out of it? Duffield, reliable defender. Kingy, any news?
He's gone downstairs, Max Bailey. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got some sort of rib issue, Brian, but he's been taken straight downstairs for medical attention.
Makes sense with the ruck collision in the middle, a possibility. Fyfe, strong hands. Thought about it, hesitant, got it to Johnson.
Good hit.
It was De Boer.
They're away through the middle.
Griffin, good linking play. Finishes here with Broughton. The kick to Main is magnificent. And a juggling mark by Main.
Magnificent play, BT. That's what you've got to do against Hawthorn. Use the ball well, and I was surprised how much space there was through the middle of the ground.
Yeah, it was a good kick off half back. It was a gutsy kick as we have a look at Big Max cop a knee right in the ribs.
Oh, that's got to take it out of you.
So hope he's okay, but this is what's going to worry the Hawks. Fremantle, the mobile forward line.
14 goals for Main out of his 9 games already, this being his 10th of the year. He's directly in front, punt road end. White flutter of a wind out there. Main a little bit of right to left on this ball. Good looking kick. Goal umpire gets himself in position. It's there. The Dockers have got first blood.
Terrific play from Freo and Main. Let's really give their confidence. First time they're playing against Hawthorn here at the MCG. This is what I liked about Griffin getting involved in the play, and then you get forward through Broughton, who started on the half-back line, and get the ball to Main on Tom Murphy. I like that matchup. Murphy's playing deep, so surprised that Gibson may not be on Main deep in the goal square, because Gibson normally takes the go-to player, and it looks like Main is playing as that deep forward. But terrific start from Freo.
So Main getting the job done. Now the job for Roughhead in the middle in the absence of Bailey, who's caught one in the guts in the first ruck contest of this game. Roughhead, you can see, not wanting the big long run up, wanting to protect his body. Smart play, isn't it? Turns his body sideways. Got to look after yourself in there. Got to get through the day. Broughton was in amongst it. Now Lewis. Fast hands, but the Dockers spreading nicely off half-back at the moment. Griffin, third touch already. Out wide to Mazungu. Gathers. Thought about the handball initially.
Too risky, that kick. There's a lot of the Hawthorn numbers around for that. I could see what he was trying to do, but probably down the line in that instance.
The temptation, Spud, to get it back inside is always there, isn't it?
It is, but when you're 3-on-1 and 3 of those players are opposition players, you probably need to play the percentages.
This is where they were very good last week, setting up from this position, Hawthorn, with this sort of stuff.
All kicking, Pickers.
All kicking by foot the whole time. Unbelievable amount of uncontested marks last week. A lot of that backward of centre. There's Big Max. He looks like he's all right, Kingy.
Yeah, he's up and going again, Big Max. He finds his way back onto the ground. Just took the wind out of him, boys.
Yeah, back out there, Max Bailey, so that's good news.
There's Pavlich in the ruck on Gibson, which is interesting.
Opportunity, fast hands, the Hawks. Had to use the handball there in close to get it out. And now Sewell caught Mitchell behind on that occasion.
Just good speed there by Nick Lower. Ran straight past Sammy Mitchell.
Well, one thing we talked about pre-game, Freo have to man the mark aggressively. We talk about Hawthorn's chipping game, you know, kicking down, contested marking player, time and time again. Man the mark, force Hawthorn to kick it over your fingernails.
Umpire not knowing the name of Max Bailey. He just said, that guy in the ruck. Well, that's Max Bailey. Umpire, I'm not sure his name. Michael Jennings, of course it is. Only joking. Over the top here. And Valentine's got the front.
And that was good. See how Freo manned up and they forced Hawthorn to kick to a contest. They've got to do that more often.
Nice foot use. Broughton. Just going to give them a bit of their own medicine here, although handball in vogue. Valentine slips one out, the boy from Mandurah in Western Australia.
Oh, you don't want to fumble out Rioli.
Cyril stripped of the ball in the end, but got the kick away to Roughhead, and that's far enough for a mark.
He just worries players out of it. When they know he's in the vicinity, they tend to panic. And if you don't get the ball cleanly, Cyril, you give him half a sniff, and just a little fumble there from Ibbotson, and there was Cyril. And the kick was a beauty too.
Easy shot at goal here for Jared Roughhead.
Wasn't the best kick to Ibbotson either, but he probably should have marked it.
About 30 metres in distance, all about accuracy this one. And you can see the result.
What was his run-up like there, BT? One
short, but he's been like that for a while now, hasn't he? He prefers the short run-up. Doesn't like the long run-up and an opportunity to get himself off balance, I guess, but it does look a little restrictive at times.
Set up a good zone here.
Good zone in place from the Hawks. Here's Mazunga who's able to penetrate it.
Gee, that was a good kick in.
Could have nerves of steel these days, Pickers, to do that.
Absolutely, we just said.
And good vision.
Fyfe to Hill. Hill forced to go wide to Crowley. Crowley straightens them up somewhat. On the head of Clark here, he comes in, got a good run at it, got both hands on it, couldn't mark it in the end, but did well to get there. Now Sewell and Gibson been in really hot form. Suckling, good kicker, we know that. And that is a ripper. Mitchell.
Cross your body with pressure on your right side. That was fantastic.
You notice how they don't handball out of the back half now, Hawthorn? They always go by foot.
Trouble is, Pickett, because the modern players make it look so easy by foot these days that I think we forget how hard it is.
Absolutely.
Because they just do it with ease. As the little man Whitecross taken to the ground by Lower. Fremantle free here.
Freo doing a good job at the moment. Why? Hawthorn are going at 46% by foot. So that is a great result. Now, last week they went at 82%.
Pavlich. Within Pavlich range when he's up and flowing. Might be a little tight early in the game just at the moment.
I'd like to see him go back and kick it because it's a great matchup. You've got Gibson, the informed defender, one of the informed defenders in the competition, on the Freo skipper. And what you want to do as a captain, assert the authority in that matchup nice and early.
Heading for 250 games. The Dockers skipper, Matthew Pavlich, from 55. It just drops a little short. Wind pushing it back there, and Murphy helping it through in the end.
We talked before the game about the kicking efficiency of Hawthorn. At the moment, because of Fremantle's pressure, the Hawks are kicking at 46%, 82% last week. Fremantle, on the other hand, 78%. Tackle count is 7-2 in favour of the Dockers. So they've started this game full of purpose.
This is what will get the kicking efficiency up when they start using it, as you say, with the short present-up kick from this position. Although forced to kick, there it is, the present-up to Chaney.
But you're right, I think manning the mark also, Pickers. I think that's, you can see Freo there, they're really conscious. Force him to kick it over your hands. That means the ball has to have elevation.
And elevation is time for a defender.
No, it is.
Chaney, back to Guerra. Stunning game from Guerra last week. Some really good form.
It's a risky kick.
Gee, Jordan Lewis left that for Bailey. Now Mundy's got to go. Did really well, Guerra.
Did really well. Look at Osborne at half foot on his own if they can get it to him.
Hodge out wide to Lewis. Corralled. Did well out wide on that occasion. Did Clancy Pearce. Here's Osborne. Gathers. 70 from the city end. A bounce. Johnson closes down on him. Bit off just a little more than he could chew on that occasion, Osborne. And now the Hawks under pressure as a result.
Gee, did well, Mundy.
Have a look at Crowley, the space over the top. The kick is good. Wanting it deep is Bradley. It's coming in. Kepler better get on the end of it. Over the top. Couple of bites.
That's a mark. That's a mark.
It's got to be a mark, umpire. He got both dukes on it. And now the Hawks for Gibson.
That was lucky there. That looked like a mark. Well, we'll have a look at it the next player's bit of play. But, gee, I thought he had two really good bites at that mark.
Young. Osborne. Grover. Now he turns him around. Osborne did well. Kick along the ground. Needs a good bounce for Burgoyne. McFarlane. Very, very professional the way he handled that one-on-one. And that is why he's a star in the defensive post.
Well, he would have been thinking all week about Buddy Franklin. He plays on him every time and then finds out yesterday he's not playing. So make sure he's an important contributor this afternoon, McFarlane.
Jonathan Griffin's linking up well too for Freo. He's had the 4 disposals already, so that's important.
Clancy Pearce always looks a touch heavy, but when he's wearing the white shorts,
it never helps.
Never helps. Here is Lower looking to pinpoint the ball, and Bradley gives him a little spray.
6-1 the inside.
Let's have a look at this Kepler-Bradley mark. There's one bite at it.
It's a mark.
That's a mark.
That's absolutely a mark.
It was a good attempt to spoil from Gibson, but Kepler had 2 bites.
It's Puopolo. There's the extractor. Mitchell went to ground, probably didn't need to. Cyril doesn't go to ground. Look at that. Bang! Out we go. Sends Young on his way. One bounce. He can go all the way. Might even take a third. Doesn't need it. Got a good leg, but just offline.
He's tried to steer the ball. I think it was too easy for him in the end. He would have preferred someone running at him, so he'd run a bit more tempo and drive through the ball. It was great play from Cyril, as you said, BT. 3-on-1. Great evasiveness there, but that should have been a goal. Just too complacent in the end.
He kept running.
The Hawks. Lyle in there, the young man. Now Bailey puts his big body in. Went hard at it, Birchall there. Mundy. Great composure. Would have blazed away. Ballantyne, soft hands overhead. Puopolo bangs it back inside 50, and here's the young boy. Lyle has taken the mark.
Well, great to see. First gamer. He's already had a kick, so he won't join that illustrious club. He's going for kick number 2. This would be great for his confidence.
He's actually been pretty good early. This is his 3rd possession. He's presented up, across half forward, pushed up towards the wing. Nice to get a goal here.
He will join the illustrious club, of course, having his 2nd kick and kicking a goal. I'm not sure who's on it, Pickers, but it's illustrious. Jordan Lyle, pick 50, 2008.
I'll work on this one, Brian, that one.
Son of Mark. Did I get it the wrong way around, Spud? In he comes. Perhaps he won't join that list.
Would it be a list of a point with their 2nd kick?
Yeah.
Possibly.
But again, there's 2 shots at goal, Young and Lyle. It just gives Freo a little bit of hope.
We watched them play St Kilda here about 4 or 5 weeks ago, Hawthorn. They started off the first quarter pretty similar to this.
Roughead threads the needle, and this gives Young a 2nd opportunity.
Well, they just couldn't get the ball inside 50 in the first quarter, and then in the 2nd quarter, they got their running game going. They started to dominate out of the centre, and then St Kilda couldn't get near them after quarter time. But a bit sloppy early, Hawthorn.
Young needs this for his confidence. You know, he's been out of form. He's back into the team. You can see that first kick was a little bit nervous.
Young. From right on 50, distance not a problem. He struck it magnificently, and that is a goal for the Hawks.
You made the point, Spud, that from a conference perspective, I think if they're picking their best 22 teams, best 22 players for the finals, Clinton Young's probably on the wing. But his form hasn't warranted a game, and these younger players in the Hawthorn side have been so impressive. Puopolo, the likes of Savage, suckling off half-back, been terrific. So it's good to have pressure on players like Clinton Young and make them earn their spot, and that's important for his confidence, that early goal.
Goal apiece, Hawks by a point.
It's interesting in the middle, BT. You've got Zach Clark and Kepler-Bradley. Now, who's going to take the ruck here for Freo?
Big Kep, I think.
Got to be in the circle, I think, Spud, so it looks like it will be Kepler.
And Clark in there, so it's a bit surprising.
Yeah,
2 tall players.
You wonder what Clark's going to do at ground level.
Yeah, that's right. I thought Clark would be the ruckman and Bradley the ruck rover.
Out of the middle we come with a Broughton long ball down in the Pavlich direction. Punch away was good from Murphy. growing in confidence again this year. Fyfe had to get rid of it. His cleverness in the end got him out of trouble. There is Bradley. So the Dockers getting plenty of possession of the ball at the moment. McFarlane able to sum it up and see Clark out wide. He's got two options, one inside, outside. He went the inside. Broughton had to get rid of it quickly, and Mazungu has taken the mark.
Well done, Clark. And Bradley was involved in the play. That's why Mark Harvey's a coach, and we're sitting up here because he had both players in the middle, and they both had an impact in this scoring opportunity. Bradley behind the ball, Clark pushing forward.
Great kick by Broughton. There was hardly any room to get that ball to Brian's man.
Tendai Mazungu, just in his third game. Pretty easy kick, 30 metres out, punt road in, and he sprayed it a little bit right, but I think it's still good enough. And it is. They get their second, the Dockers.
Great start from Freo. They need this. More importantly, they need to take their opportunities, which they've done. It's a good pressure through the middle of the ground, because we see Kepler Bradley behind the ball. We know that Bradley and Clark started in the middle, which is really upsetting the Hawthorn sort of structure inside there in the midfield. And there we see Griffin linking up. He gets a handball there to Broughton, under pressure, kicks it forward, and like all forwards in front, that's a terrific goal. So they're making the most of their opportunities.
The two 13s, Chaney and Mazungu.
Now they've got Griffin and Clark in the ruck and Bradley forward. So they're really throwing it around. The two talls for Freo always in the middle.
Ground doesn't appear to be worrying Fremantle at all at the moment. They look very comfortable here. Here is Zach Clark.
There's the other bloke I was both talking about.
Yeah, the two ruckmen in there getting it done, and they got their clearance. Birchall copped a bit of an ear massage from Big Pav. Shields. And he got the one option, and that's it there. Osborne picked it up off his toes brilliantly. Look at the evasive footwork from Cyril. Ran himself in a
good pressure for
Broughton can go inside. De Boer, long ball. He had not much else on. Murphy's going to get back and tidy it up for the Hawks.
Kingy, why do you think they're playing the two talls in the middle of the ground, Freo?
I think what they're trying to do is get those talls post centre bounce to charge forward and really put it to the midfield of the Hawks to challenge them defensively.
Yeah, they're winning the ball. That's important.
Puopolo. Lewis. Did well, Lyle, but he took it over the line, but he turned boundary side. So 6.5 remaining here. First quarter, and Fremantle look comfortable, but menacing are Hawthorn at the moment. Griffin, pretty plain from the umpire, wasn't it?
Held his arm. Actually worrying the big fellas here.
Done well so far, Griffin. That's his 6th touched in the game already. Pavlich was
a great start.
Fyfe.
He's got forward here, Main.
Ballantyne got it through to Main. Can he get the run? Here comes Guerra. Did well, Guerra, in the end.
He's saved the day twice now, Guerra.
Shoemakers. Look at Clancy chasing him in the white shorts. Over the top to Brad Sewell. Needs a good bounce.
Good pressure from Hill.
It was. And the 2-on-1 got it done in the end for Crowley.
They've come to play Freo. Their tackling's been terrific. 13-6, Freo's favour.
Both of these sides are on at the moment, I reckon, which is great for a good contest.
No, it is. And as you said, you see Freo, they're playing here for the first time against Hawthorn. They don't get a lot of opportunities to play at the G. And one thing you need to bring is a competitive spirit. Both teams have brought that.
Clearance here at the Dockers, Broughton. And again holding his man off the ball while Mazungu tried to tidy up. Chaney did well in the back half.
Good pressure by Fremantle.
Forcing them backwards, Pickers.
He was better though.
There's Murphy with a lovely kick to Suckling. Suckling onto the wing. The breakaway here is completed. Whitecross.
Gee, that was a good run by Whitecross. He's run 70 metres to get on the back of that.
And he was aware that he had Zach Clark on him, so he was always going to beat him in a foot race.
This is the part of the game they haven't got into smooth action yet like they did last week. The kicking game across half-back. Kick was almost intercepted then from Bailey. He recovered the ball. If he can beat that man, he's heading towards goal. Lewis dragged forward, but no free. Correct call.
But again, a long kick to a contest brings the ball to the ground. We saw Hawthorn against the Bulldogs they didn't pick up on it quick enough. Freo are really manning each player up. So when Hawthorn look up, they have to go to a contest at times.
Look at Bailey edging Griffin out of the contest there. Really well done, and before the ball was even bounced. Fyfe will get a free here. You heard the umpire say, pushed in the back. Nat Fyfe. The wind not doing his hair any favours today. Duffield. Birchall the pursuer. And that little bit of pressure on the kick forces it again. If you're doing well and standing up nicely in defence at the moment. Here is the man that made it all happen, the turnover. No run on giving the handball. Now Young. Penetrating run. Bounce kick was sloppy. Osborne, though, tidies it up magnificently. Burgoyne wasn't that great around the corner to Lyle.
Good play. We did a pre-season game when Lyle played his NAB Cup game, and he played in front, and that's what you want from forwards, a quick kick forward. Good play. Just see the movement there. He's in front.
He's looking menacing, Lyle, isn't he?
He is.
He's looking like he's capable of kicking 3 or 4. In his first game, he doesn't look overawed by it at all.
Great defending there by Johnson.
No. It was too long a leg rope.
Lyle for his first goal. There's the task. Oh, boy. Perhaps not looking all that composed.
His marking has been good early, but it was a poor kick. 25 metres out. King, is the wind blowing up? I see some plastic bags flying around out there.
There's a bit of rubbish on the ground at the moment. No, not really. It's a pretty calm day down here. It's just foot errors at this stage that cost them.
Broughton again for his 30 inside 50, looking for Clancy. Here's Main with the front and centre. Nice ball. Right foot around the body. He's very good at this. Main kicks the Dockers third.
He's kicked 2 already made on Tommy Murphy. They're dominating the inside 50s for 12-5. And it's 3 goals 1 for Hawthorn, 1 goal 3. And again, through the middle of the ground. Probably a risky kick, but that's what you need to do against Hawthorn. Get the ball through the corridor. Clancy got outside the Tommy Murphy. Murphy's on Main, so he's playing a 2-on-1. So once they get the ball through the middle, Hawthorn is zoning up and they can score freely.
Main with his second.
And they've made a change, BT. Gibson has now gone on to Main. Tommy Murphy started on Chris Main. They put their best defender now, Josh Gibson, onto Chris Main.
Back in the middle.
I think he's better deeper in defence, Gibson. And Pavlich has gone onto the ball, so you wouldn't think that Gibson would get onto the footy with him.
Hodge starting to really get some good form in recent weeks as well, looking very, very good and solid with his game. After a slowish start, Mundy, McFarlane, and out wide, Clancy, Pearce. On half-back, Bradley presents, and that's where he goes. Doesn't let him down either, Bradley. Took the mark out in front.
They're really hitting up at the moment. Their forwards are pushing right up the ground to create options.
Bradley not having any difficulties with the ground at the moment. Main up over the top from about 4 deep. Duffield got it and Cyril got him in a beautiful tackle. Rioli. Long ball to Roughhead on the lead. It was a great kick. Now Osborne to tidy it up. Did Broughton hang on a little? Smacking in at ground level are the Hawks. And eventually some relief.
David King, the substitutes for both teams. You got, I think it's Bruce and Palmer. You look at Freo's Palmer, you would think one of the ruckmen would come off later in the game to release the runner.
You would. I've been watching Zach Clark. He's actually tagging Sam Mitchell at the moment, going everywhere with him in the middle of the ground and down back. So that's a strange matchup.
That would be the most unusual move of the last quarter century, Kingy.
Just going to try and get the size difference between Mitchell, who's well, he's only a little fella at best. He's 179.
Falls under the 4-foot rule.
He does.
Yeah.
And the other guy's over the 6.5-foot rule. So there's 2.5-foot difference.
Oh, look at this.
Rioli gathers around the body. Was it touched? It's got the all-clear goal, Hawks.
We just saw Mark Harvey on the boundary line. He's thinking, this is not a bad lead going into quarter time. And there's no doubt, you have a look at the stoppage, they've just relaxed in their mindset. One thing you don't want to do is let Cyril Rioli get goal side. There was no sweeper. There was no body-on-body from Ibbotson. We just have another look here. He just allowed to waltz through the pack like that at a stoppage. It was just about inexcusable. And you can see Ibbotson there. He'd be pretty disappointed in that effort.
That last kick to the 50 a bit short. Yeah.
Where it's disappointing, if you're Mark Harvey, is so deep in the quarter, is that he's gone to the contest. The only dangerous space was behind, which is where Cyril ran. He's a smart enough player to know where to hit it. Hawthorn have got a number of goals in that exact position this year.
Roughhead with the clearance after not competing for the ruck in the middle and got it deep to Lowe.
And this is what happens. This is what happens. You know, they get a goal, Hawthorn.
There's Rioli on the lead, and he's got it, and the kick will favour his left foot from his pocket as well.
Well, a mental let-off for half a second in the stoppage could give Hawthorn the lead at quarter time, whilst Freo could have gone in with a 2-goal lead. That's the difference of a mental brain fade.
Well, 4 marks to Lyle already. He's been a nice target for them. Should probably have 2 goals. He definitely should have 2 goals.
Rioli. Kick on the way. There was just never any doubt, was there? The moment it came off the boot, it was there.
There's a start. But that's what you need to do. Physically, you know, you've got to be at the top of your game, but mentally, you have to be just super in your top of your game. And again, Ibbotson, all the danger space was in front. And you'd see Nick Lower there, he probably didn't guard that space quick enough. You could see Nick Lower trying to get into that space, but Rioli just goes back. So he kicks 2 goals in a minute. All of a sudden, Mark Harvey, he has to change his line of thought now going to the team.
Cyril with consecutive goals in time on here gives the Hawks a 2-point lead.
It does kill you, doesn't it, when you've had such a dominant first quarter and you're only going at quarter time behind.
There's no doubt Mark Harvey, he'll be changing his thought process to what he says to the players.
Mitchell out of the middle of the extractor, still time here, 15 seconds on the clock, and the kick is great. And Cyril will line up for his 3rd consecutive goal in less than 3 minutes.
Lance Franklin, who? We got Cyril coming out of the goal square now.
I'll tell you what, that was it's good coaching. It's been a good coaching move to get him back there.
Cyril for his 3rd after a clearance from Mitchell that was absolutely classical. For 3 in a row from 35, and it looks just a little offline. And a minor score. So at quarter time, the Hawks owning the last couple of minutes, but prior to that, she was pretty much an even ball game. Hawthorn 3-4-22 lead Fremantle 3-1-19.